The San Francisco 49ers made the hiring of Steve Wilks as defensive coordinator official on Thursday. The team also announced the hiring of Clint Kubiak as offensive passing game specialist, Jacob Webster as defensive quality control coach, and Max Moles as coaching operations assistant. A leader of men, Wilks has shown the ability to inspire and motivate his players. A great example of that is what he did this past season in Carolina, where he replaced Matt Rule following a 1-4 start to the year. Under Wilks' leadership, the Panthers improved to 6-6 over their final 12 games, falling just one game short of Tampa Bay for the NFC South Championship. Wilks has been in the NFL since 2005, primarily working in the secondary. First, he was in Washington, then he had stints in Chicago and San Diego. Then in 2012, he joined Carolina for the first time as a defensive backs coach under Ron Rivera. With Wilks leading the way, cornerback Josh Norman was named first team All-Pro in 2015, helping the Panthers to a 15-1 record that season, where they fell just one game short of winning the Super Bowl, losing to Denver. This is going to mark Wilks' third time as a defensive coordinator in the NFL. He served with Carolina in 2017 and with Cleveland in 2019. In between those stints, he was with Arizona for one season, winning only 3 games. But you know what? 2 of those came against the 49ers. With Wilks as the defensive coordinator, don't expect many changes to the 49ers, the way that they do things. But the big thing is, as you noticed, Wilks has a history of being a defensive backs coach. That's a change for the 49ers in that their previous 2 coordinators were both linebackers coached, either whether it was D'Amico Ryans or Robert Saleh. They were focused on linebackers. Now you have a defensive backs coach background taking over. It'll be interesting to see if there's any improvement from that part of the 49ers defense. Now, as far as Clint Kubiak goes, that's a name that should sound familiar to 49ers fans and NFL fans in general. He's the son of former NFL head coach Gary Kubiak, who actually served as the quarterbacks coach in San Francisco for a time, including 1994 when the 49ers won the Super Bowl. His brother Clay, he's been with the 49ers the last couple of years, last year serving as 49ers assistant quarterbacks coach, a position that he's going to remain in this season. As far as Clint goes, he served as the passing game coordinator, quarterbacks coach for the Denver Broncos last season. He had previously been with Minnesota for the couple years prior to that, serving as the team's offensive coordinator in 2021, quarterbacks coach prior to that. He's been around the league for a while, basically going between Denver and Minnesota. So this is going to be kind of his first stint out. It'll be interesting to see how he progresses here in San Francisco. 49ers don't have that offensive coordinator title, but as the offensive passing game specialist, it'll be interesting to see what nuances Clint Kubiak brings to the table. As far as the other 2 additions the 49ers made today, you have Jacob Webster, who's going to be coming as the defensive quality control coach, and Max Moles as the coaching operations assistant. Now, who are those 2? Webster, he joins the 49ers after spending last season as an offensive graduate assistant at the University of Wisconsin. With the Badgers last year, Webster spent time working with the offensive line. That was his focus. He was the offensive line graduate assistant for Wisconsin. The 2 years prior, he was with the University of Missouri as a defensive graduate assistant and volunteer. So he's worked a little bit on both sides of the ball. He'll be focusing on the defensive side now with the 49ers. As far as Moles, he joins the 49ers from the University of Missouri as well. What's interesting here is he actually had spent some time in the Bay Area where he attended St. Mary's College in Moraga. During his time in Moraga, Moles was a student manager for the Gales baseball team for 4 seasons. Forgot to mention one other thing about Moles. During his time in Missouri, he was the assistant director of football operations. Bunch of interesting new names for the 49ers. It's going to be interesting to see how this group all plays out. But there you have it. 4 new positions for the 49ers. Steve Wilks, defensive coordinator. That's become official, along with Clint Kubiak as passing game specialist, Jacob Webster, defensive quality control coach, and Max Moles as coaching operations assistant. Keep it locked in here to Inside the 49ers with Jack Hammer for all your 49ers breaking news and updates as they happen. If you guys can do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and have a good day. Take care, everybody.